Hi, my name is Ben Allen, and today to start out, I want you to think of the last time something like this happened to you. Now I understand that's a bit of an extreme example of flipping the table over when you lose a game, but there are people out there that are sore losers and that have a hard time with losing. Now, to switch gears just a little bit, I'm going to talk about playing games with children. Now, when was the last time you played a game with a child? It doesn't matter if it was Monopoly, Go Fish, soccer, any of those count. Now, when you played that game with that child, did you win or lose? And I want you to think a little bit more. Did you lose on purpose? Now, I understand with some games of chance, like Chutes and Ladders or the Game of Life, those are games of chance. There's not a lot of strategy, but if you were playing checkers or if you were playing soccer, you lost, you probably lost on purpose, trying to make the kid feel better. Now, I want to talk about why we play games with children. First off, it's a great way to have fun, both for the kid and for the adult they're playing with. It also helps develop strategy, thinking ahead with a plan, teamwork, and skill, different skills, if it's dexterity or endurance. It's also a bonding experience for everybody that played. Now, I want to talk about this mentality that's out in the world called everybody is a winner. Basically, the idea of it is that by simply trying at a game, you're a winner. You won. When I was in elementary school, I was part of a soccer team, and we were completely terrible. We lost almost every game. I think we won one game in the whole season. And at the end of the game, at the end of the season, they made sure to let us know we didn't win. We lost a lot, but we got a trophy for participating. Nowadays, it's no longer a participation trophy. Everybody is a winner. There's even entire leagues out there that they don't keep score. The kids just play, which I'm sure the kids have fun, but they don't learn about losing and winning. It's a very important thing, I think, for kids to learn early on so that they understand it when they're an adult. Now, the idea behind that everybody is a winner is that it builds self-esteem within children. They don't want kids to be sad. They want them to feel like they're succeeding in life. Just like we want to succeed in life, but we feel like we can give it to a child, so we do. And plus, no one likes a sad child of when they lost. They have the big puppy eyes and the tears, and they cry. No one wants to see that. And so they say, you're a winner, even though you lost. Now I'm going to talk to you why you should let your kid lose. Now when someone is losing, unless it's by like some crazy amount and they know they'll never win, typically they'll work a little harder because they really want to win. No one likes losing. No one wants to be a loser. So they'll work hard to win. Now while they're working hard, it helps them develop skills for life. It's going to first off teach hard work. It's going to teach them to think creatively to overcome a problem. So it's going to teach them a lot of things that they probably wouldn't get if they were simply winning. Also, it helps them learn to be humble, which, in my opinion, we need a lot more in the world. People need to be more humble. By being humble, you're going to work harder because you're not going to expect someone to give you something or just to win. And by being humble, you're not going to be mean and you're not going to be a sore loser, just like the man who flipped the table in that video. I don't think he was very humble when he did that. I'm going to talk about the issue of self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is very important. People need to feel good about themselves, and they need to feel like they're cared for. Now, games can build self-esteem. That is something they can do. Nothing makes a person feel better, I think, than winning. But there's other ways that we can build self-esteem. We don't need to rely just on sports and games. Other ways you can do it is by, if they do something good in their life, whether it's doing chores or helping someone, going out of their way to do a project, by praising them and making sure they know that it's a good thing, you can build self-esteem. Now, self-esteem, though it's very important, there's things that are just as important. Self-esteem alone won't get them a job when they're an adult. Self-esteem isn't the end-all of everything. It's just a simple factor in life. Now, being humble. Losing helps us be humble. There's nothing the same as you work really hard and you still lose. Understand that there's someone out there that's a little bit better at you than something. Humble people will work harder. If you're from the earth and you're humble, you're going to work very hard for it. Now, I'm not saying rich people can't be humble also, but they understand that they need to work hard to keep what they've gotten. I think if more people were humble in the world, there'd be less of the I deserve everything attitude. Children and teens and even some adults today have this idea of I deserve everything and anything I want. There are people that think I need the newest phone, I need a new car, I need the newest designer clothes, I need anything that I want, and I deserve it, but I shouldn't have to work for it. Now, I'm going to have you think of the last time you played a game for fun. Did you win or did you lose? Did you still try hard? Now, last night, me and my wife went over to my brother's house, and between us three and then my brother's wife, we played a game called Coconuts. Very simple game, very, very fun and childish. The premise of the game is that you have these little monkeys that have spring-loaded arms, and you have these little coconuts that are a little bit rubber, and you shoot the coconuts out of their arms and try and land them into the cups. You try to build, and every time you land in a cup, you get a cup. And you try and get 6 cups, you can build a little tower. Now, very fun game, not a big deal if you lost. But we had fun, and we were very competitive about it. Each of us wanted to win. We tried very hard. Now, my brother won both games because he was better than us at it, because he played it more. But we learned a little bit about the game. We learned some strategy about it. We learned dexterity skills of how much we need to push the arm down to shoot it. We learned a little bit while we played this game. And so we grew. But we also didn't think it was the worst thing in the world that we lost. We weren't sore losers. Now, you're probably wondering why this matters. What does it matter if kids lose at games? Now, back when the Great Depression came around, this was one of the hardest times in America, and that some people compare today to the Great Depression. There were entire lines of men outside workplaces where they tried to work. They tried to make a living. Now, most of them would get turned away because there wasn't enough money for them. But people would line up wanting to work. Now, nowadays, there's over 100 million people on some form of welfare. Now, I understand lots of people need that welfare. They can't work for themselves. But there are probably people out there who, heaven forbid, are being too lazy to work, and they're just trying to get the government to take care of them. They have this I deserve what I want attitude. They feel, oh, well, I applied for one job 6 months ago, I didn't get it, so I deserve for the government to give me money. That's how they feel. And this is something that's wrong with our country, and if we want to fix it, we have to start with our children. The adults, it's a little too late to fix, but we can still change the children today. Now, letting your kids lose, let's do a little recap. It helps them learn new skills, they'll work harder, it helps keep them humble, and they'll have fun whether they win or lose. When they understand that losing isn't necessarily bad, but that they will lose. Now, fun little video. This is the type of thing that might happen if we don't teach our kids about losing. They might turn a little bit crazy. Thank you and have a good day.